IG news just dropped for millions of people counting on Social Security. Something that could mean a whole lot more money in your pocket every month. Picture this. A new law's been signed that might boost your benefits by as much as $960 extra each month. That's right. Nearly $1,000 more for those who qualify. It's got everyone talking, from retirees already cashing those checks to folks planning ahead for their golden years. But here's the thing. There's some confusion swirling around about who's eligible, how much you'll actually get, and when it'll hit your account. Some seniors are even worried they might miss out entirely. So let's dig into this together and sort out what's what. Whether you're on benefits now or just thinking about the future, this could seriously change your financial picture. Stick with me for a few minutes. I've gone through all the nitty-gritty details to bring you the straight scoop. This isn't some small tweak we're talking about. The Social Security Administration just rolled out a major update that could add up to that $960 figure for certain folks. Unlike those usual yearly bumps tied to inflation, this is a deeper shift in how they figure out what you're owed. It's been years in the making. Senior advocates and lawmakers hammering away at Congress to fix things for retirees who've been stretched thin. A lot of people who worked hard their whole lives, especially in jobs that didn't pay big but kept communities running, have ended up with less than they deserve. Now, there's finally some recognition of that gap, and this change is meant to step in with real relief, especially with costs climbing like they are today. So what's this boost really about? It's aimed at folks who've been hit hardest by rising prices. Think healthcare, groceries, rent, all those essentials that keep going up. This isn't just a blanket increase for everyone. It's targeted to help specific groups who've been shortchanged for too long. Think about people who spent decades in lower-paying roles, like caregivers or certain public service jobs, where the paycheck didn't match the value they brought to the table. Or older folks, say 80 and up, who face bigger bills as they age while their ability to get around shrinks. Then there's those who lean on Social Security for almost all their income, 90% or more, leaving them with little wiggle room when prices spike. For them, even a tiny jump in costs can throw everything off. Now, if you're on disability benefits, you might be wondering where you fit in. There's been some back and forth about that, but here's the deal. If you've been getting Social Security disability insurance for over a decade, or you've got medical conditions racking up serious expenses, you're in line for this too. The idea is to tackle those ongoing costs that come with long-term disability. And for anyone on Supplemental Security Income, SSI for short, you might see a bump as well, though it could be smaller depending on what you're already getting and a few other factors. This is a real move to look out for some of the most vulnerable out there, which hasn't always gotten the attention it deserves. How do you make sure you get this money? Good news. For most people who qualify, you won't have to lift a finger. The folks at Social Security are handling it automatically, digging through their records to spot who's eligible based on things like your work history, how much you're getting now, your age, and stuff they've already got on file. Their systems are pretty high-tech, so they'll crunch the numbers and apply the increase where it fits. But here's a heads up. Some might need to send in extra paperwork, like proof of income or big medical bills, if what they've got isn't clear enough. If that's you, they'll mail you a letter spelling out exactly what they need and how to get it to them. Act fast if you get one of those, because dragging your feet could push your boost back a bit. When's this all happening? They're rolling it out in waves. The first group should see the extra cash about 3 months after the law got signed, with everyone else phased in over the next 6 months or so. It's a big job to update millions of accounts, so they're spacing it out to keep things smooth. The best part. It's retroactive to when you first qualified, so even if it takes a little time, you won't lose out on what's owed. As for how they figure your exact amount, it's a mix of your work years, lifetime earnings, and the kind of jobs you did, especially if they were ones that typically left you with a smaller Social Security check. That $960 is the top end, but most will land closer to an extra $560 a month on average. You'll get a heads-up letter with your personal number before it kicks in, so you can plan around it. A quick tip. Double-check that Social Security has your latest address and bank info. If you've moved or switched accounts, update that through their online portal, over the phone, or at an office. And if you think you might need to prove something like how much you make or what you're spending on meds, start rounding up things like tax returns or receipts now. It'll save you a headache later. Oh, and here's a relief. They've made sure this boost won't mess up other help you might get, like Medicaid or food assistance. They built in rules so you're not stuck losing one benefit because you gained another. Some folks are asking about the bigger picture, like how they'll pay for this long term or if it's fair to focus on certain groups. Fair questions. On the flip side, supporters say it's fixing old wrongs and putting money right where it's needed most. Studies even show that when people like this get a little extra, they spend it fast, on bills, food, local shops, which gives a lift to the whole community. Taxes might come up too, since Social Security can be taxable if you've got other income. For most, though, they've tried to keep that burden low. But if you've got a lot coming in from elsewhere, maybe chat with a tax pro to stay ahead of it. This is a huge step toward making sure Social Security lives up to its promise, keeping people secure after a lifetime of work or through tough times. It's not just about the dollars. It's about dignity and giving back to those who've given so much. Sure, there's still work to do to keep the program strong down the road, but right now this is a win for millions, and maybe for you too. So, are you ready to see if this boost is coming your way? Check your details, keep an eye on the mail, and let's make sure you get every penny you're owed.